Is it their willpower or luck that fortunes these richest people in the world? The foundation of the first billionaire of the world was laid by John D. Rockefeller. In the year 1916, Rockefeller was declared the first billionaire of the world. He accumulated wealth by supplying oil to various regions. At that time, the wealth he had was 2% of the national economy. Rockefeller was soon followed by a league of billionaires, and at present there are about 2,043 billionaires in 2017, which has seen a considerable jump. 2016 had 1,810 billionaires. 2017 saw a considerable jump, and this year also happens to be the first year when more than 2,000 billionaires have been listed down. The total net worth of all the billionaires combined is about $7.67 trillion. Another shocking fact is that combined wealth of the first 8 in the list equals the combined wealth of half the mankind. Most of the billionaires earn from industries like healthcare, food and beverage, manufacturing, energy, fashion, real estate, technology, investments and real estate, sports and media. These men and women take risks. All the mentioned places where the money is, they are risky. It is but obvious that humans stay far from risks. Once they have their investment done, they don't leave it on destiny. Smart work, hard work and time also play important roles in billionaires' lives. Failing doesn't mean quitting. Learning from the mistakes and doing it once again is what is needed. After all, perfection is reached only after much practice. What makes a billionaire? There is definitely something which is different about the billionaires which most of us don't have. Their qualities and principles are what make them different. It is this unique set of their values and perceptions which not only set them apart, but helps them pursue their dream and take on the challenges of life. Here are some points which can be jotted down as an understanding about the values and principles. There are things which they don't like to tolerate. They are result-oriented and therefore hate to see something that is not giving any results. They cannot tolerate incompetence and people who are not helpful. They stay far from social pressures and like to keep to themselves so they can quietly work on what they are aiming for and finally come out in flying colours. Billionaires have a dedicated team. They keep their employees close because whatever they do needs to be perfect. Being a good leader and keeping your employees with you always will help you grow in your business. Once the dedication of the employees is unshakable, nobody can stop the company from growing. Such employees stay for long and are well taken care by their owners. The billionaires don't make any decisions wildly. They prefer to see the data and what the people have to say about it before they can take a decision. If seen, singly narratives could be deceiving and also subject to various factors such as emotional sentiments, etc., and data could be manipulated. This is why they look deeply into both before they make a quality decision. The motives of all billionaires seem to be very simple. While Bill Gates wanted everyone home in America to have a computer, Steve Jobs wanted to give technology to people by making a smartphone as powerful as a computer. Although the goals seem to be hard to achieve, but what they want can be completed in a single line. The billionaires also seem to be quite transparent in whatever they say and do. They completely avoid misunderstandings and their communications are crisp and clear. They cannot afford any type of discord in their company. It is this transparency that helps their team understand what the results would be, so they are on the same page with their owners. Just like the goals of the billionaires are simple, so are their plans. Simple plans are not only easily understood by everyone, but are also to execute. Things happen smoothly in a low budget. These plans are fun-loving, are also the foundation to successful business ventures or the future. They definitely have strong communication skills as their businesses are not limited to a specific domain. They have their roots spread out in several areas and also in many countries. They cannot be in all the places at once, which is why they need to have an excellent way to communicate with all their representatives spread across various domains of work. A strong network of communication helps in the smooth running of billionaires' businesses. Gaps lead to fails. Their information is curated and brought to them. They know what they need to see, and that is exactly what they ask from their teams. They have a clear understanding where to push for information. They don't waste their energy in unnecessary areas. They have much work to do in their big empire so it can run smoothly. The list of the richest people in the world 2017. What drives these people, and how can they be so intelligent to figure out what will work out in the world of business for them, is a thought to ponder on. Whether they have inherited it or have earned it, their work is truly amazing. Here is a list of the richest people in the world for 2017. First, Bill Gates. The man who is one of the founders of Microsoft was born on October 28, 1955. Born as William Henry Bill Gates III, he is the wealthiest man on the planet today. He topped the Forbes and Bloomberg's list for the fourth time continuously for the year 2017. With a net worth of $86.4 billion, the billionaire is not only a great businessman, but also a wonderful philanthropist. There are several trusts and charitable foundations that benefit through him. After establishing his business, he handed over the responsibilities of the CEO position to Satya Nadella while taking the role of technology advisor. Gates spends much time working for Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Gates was always a smart student, and along with his friend Paul Allen, he continued to be together until they formed a partnership together known as Microsoft, which was a combined form of microcomputer and software. After some time, the hyphen was removed and it was known as Microsoft. The company did extremely well from 1979 to 1989. Gates was appointed the chairman and president of the board, while Paul Allen was the executive vice president. Allen resigned when he was diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease. Gates and his company later went on to develop Windows, which was launched in 1985. The company's stock values kept increasing in no time. Gates was ruling the chart of billionaires. Second, Warren Buffett. Next on the list is Warren Buffett with a net worth of $75.6 billion. One of the richest businessmen of the globe, Warren Buffett is also known as the Oracle of Omaha. He was born in Omaha, Nebraska on 1930 to Howard and Leila Buffett. In his early childhood days, he would add up large columns of money with ease. He used to visit his father's stock brokerage and wrote down the prices on the board. He made his first investment when he bought 3 Cities Service preferred shares when he was just 11 years of age. He made a small profit and thoroughly regretted the fact that after he sold the shares, the price reached $200 per share. He learned patience is a virtue. Warren kept investing and getting returns on whatever small things he could make profits in. By the time he was 20 and finished his college degree, he had earned $10,000 from all the business that he did in his childhood. By 1956, he had formed Buffett Partnership Limited. He knew how to identify companies that were undervalued and was soon a millionaire. A textile company which he valued was Berkshire Hathaway, and by 1965 he took control of the company by slowly gathering the company's stock from 1960. He developed his company and moved to purchasing assets in media, oil, and insurance. Even after being diagnosed with prostate cancer, Warren fought it out in 2012 and in 2013 bought the H.J. Heinz Company. In 2015, he merged Kraft Foods and Heinz and formed the third largest beverage company in North America. Third, Jeff Bezos. The founder and CEO of Amazon.com, Jeff Bezos is an American businessman and also the founder of Blue Origin, a company which looks forward to making space travel a luxury. Bezos is also the owner of the Washington Post, which he purchased in 2013. Bezos happens to be the third man after Bill Gates and Warren Buffett with a net worth of $72.8 billion. The man happens to be both intelligent and ambitious. Well, all the rich people are ambitious, aren't they? He intends on taking technology to a completely new level. Jeff was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico on January 12, 1964. Bezos was always in love with computers since he was a kid and went on to study electrical engineering at the Princeton University. He worked for some years and then opened Amazon.com on July 16, 1995 and sold books in more than 45 countries, having it delivered within a month. Amazon kept adding things through retail partnerships and its sale was in billions. It was in 2007 when the company launched Kindle. The digital reader became an instant hit, and in years Kindle became Kindle Fire and then Kindle HD. Amazon has since been doing well, and Bezos seems to be hurriedly climbing the stairs to reach the top of billionaire list. Fourth, are Monsur Ortega. The wealthiest man in the retail world and also the richest in Europe, Monsur Ortega is the fourth richest man on the list of billionaires. His net worth has been valued at $71.3 billion. Ortega is the co-founder of Zara. He, along with his late wife, Rosalia Mera, opened Zara. Rosalia was also a successful woman who helped Amancio in his business affairs. Born to Antonio Ortega Rodriguez and Josefa Gaona Hernandez in Busdongo de Arbas, León, Spain, on March 28, 1936, Ortega left school when he was 14. He joined a tailor in his shop and learned to stitch clothes. In 1972, he sold bathrobes made by local women and sold them through his setup Confesiones Goa. He then opened Zara in 1975, in which Ortega owns 59.29% of Inditex, of which Zara is just a part, besides other big brands like Pull&Bear, Tempe, Massimo Dutti, Stradivarius, Kiddies Class, Bershka and Zara Home. He is the simplest billionaire on the list and leads a very quiet life. He has hardly given any interviews and even wears very simple clothes. Fifth, Mark Zuckerberg. One of the youngest and liveliest billionaire on the list is Mark Zuckerberg. He is the CEO and chairman of the famous social media platform Facebook. His net worth has been estimated to $56 billion. A dropout from Harvard, Zuckerberg was just 19 when he founded Facebook back in 2004. He was helped by his friends from the Harvard campus. Facebook spread like fire when it was introduced to the other students in the campus. By 2012, it had 1 billion users. Zuckerberg and his wife Priscilla Chan have decided to give away 99% of the earnings to the Chan-Zuckerberg Initiative. Mark also happens to be a part of the most influential people list. Mark was born in White Plains, New York, on May 14, 1984, to Edward and Karen Zuckerberg. His parents belonged to upper middle class, his father was a dentist and mother was a psychiatrist. As a student, he always excelled in his class, and when his father hired a software developer, David Newman, to teach him, Mark always left Newman behind in whatever he did. Mark loved to develop computer programs, games and tools to be specific. Facebook continues to connect several people through it and has become an important app in everybody's smartphone. There are hundreds of features and functions that have been added to it, and the developers continue to make it a better platform. Sixth, Carlos Slim Helú and family. Running Latin America's biggest telecommunication firm, América Móvil, Carlos Slim Helú and his family are the next billionaires. He is also the richest man in Mexico, and his company, Telmex, is the only phone company there. The net worth of Carlos Slim is $54.5 billion. Born in Mexico City on January 28, 1940, as Khalil Salim Haddad Aglamas, he wanted to become a businessman. Slim, showing amazing skills in financial matters and learning business skills from his father, he was soon investing in stocks. He learned to maintain financial books and kept increasing his profits slowly. He bettered himself with every investment he made. The profits he made were enough to start a brokerage, Inversora Busteo. This was just the beginning of his business era. From wires to auto parts, Slim kept expanding his business. Slim is known to keep books as financial records instead of computer, as he believes in following the old way of doing his business. It gets difficult at times for him to manage his business because he had acquired too many. His children help him in his business. Slim has 6 children and 3 of his elder sons hold important positions in their father's company. 7th, Larry Ellison. Very close to Carlos Slim and down by just a couple of billions is Larry Ellison, the founder and ex-CEO of Oracle Corporation. Larry's net worth is $52.2 billion. In 1977, he co-founded software firm Oracle. Larry is just the chairman and chief technology officer of Oracle, as he gave up this position as the CEO in 2014. Born on August 17, 1944, to Florence Spellman, who was a single mother, Larry was diagnosed with pneumonia when he was just 9 months. His mother sent him to be raised by his aunt and uncle, who later adopted him. He did many odd jobs, and finally, in 1977, he and 2 of his colleagues founded software development labs for CIA, which they named Oracle. Although the company was small initially, luck favored them in 1981 when IBM signed them up for Oracle. The company's income went up on the graphs, and by 1992, the company was leading the database management realm. Larry was soon the highest stockholder in Oracle Corporation. He was also ranked as the richest man in California by Forbes in 2006. Remember Iron Man 2? Ellison had made a small appearance in the movie. The billionaire loves luxury cars and has a collection of them. He also loves yachting and participates in several competitions with his team. 8th, Charles Koch. With a net worth of $48.3 billion, Charles Koch is the next billionaire on the list. Born to Clementine Mary and Fred Chase Koch on November 1, 1935, in Wichita, Kansas, Koch is the co-owner, CEO, and chairman of Koch Industries. He was not allowed to live a lavish life, even though he belonged to a wealthy family, as his father wanted them to work for whatever they spent. The business his father was running held the name Rock Island Oil and Refining Company once Charles joined his father's company. He renamed the company to Koch Industries as a tribute to his father. He runs the business along with his brother. The inheritance was passed down by his father to them. Charles Koch and his brother David Koch, who is the executive vice president of the company, expanded their father business. Koch Industries earlier dealt in chemicals and oil refining. The business has expanded to fertilizers, fibers and polymers, ranching, commodity trading, pollution control equipments, consumer products, and several others. Koch's company happens to be the second largest privately owned company in the US. Koch has been on the list for several years as a billionaire. He has also written books explaining about how he does business and what his policies are. Charles Koch is married to Liz Koch and has 2 children from her. The Koch brothers have always been appreciated for their market principles and business policies. They have also been in the list of most influential people of the world. Koch is known to lead a quiet life and has also suffered from prostate cancer. Koch has hardly given any interviews and prefers to stay low. He lives in Indian Well, California, from where he runs his business and continues to expand and better it every day. 9th, David Koch. Sharing the 8th position in the Forbes list is David Koch, with a net worth same as his brother of $48.3 billion. David Koch was born on May 3, 1940, and is younger to his brother Charles. David and Charles have two more brothers, Frederick R. Koch and Bill Koch, who is the twin of David. Bill and Frederick had filed a case on Koch Industries, which lasted for about 15 years. David joined his elder brother Charles in their company as a technical sale manager. In 1979, David found the New York office of Koch Industries and became the president of this division. David, like his brother Charles, has 42% share in Koch Industries. David Koch has also had a political career where he was Libertarian Party's vice presidential candidate in the 1980 presidential election. He is a Republican since 1984, once he broke off with the Libertarian Party. He, like his brother Charles and other two brothers, Bill and Frederick, was diagnosed with prostate cancer. His returning cancer caused him to fund several researches for cancer. David has also been generously supporting fields of art, education and prison reform. David, along with his brother Charles, was commended by former President Barack Obama for their efforts in reforming the prison of United States. For more than 10 years, they've been trying to rehabilitate the prisons. There are many groups that they have aided with to undergo the prison reformation project. He married Julia Flesher and has 3 children from her. David, just like his brother Charles, is also a talented businessman who knows how to invest and expand his business while also helping the society as a philanthropist. 10th. Michael Bloomberg. Close to the Koch brothers is Michael Bloomberg with a net worth of $47.5 billion. He is also the 8th richest person in the United States. Bloomberg is also the founder, owner and CEO of Bloomberg LP. Bloomberg was born in a Jewish family to William Henry Bloomberg and Charlotte Bloomberg on February 14, 1942. Michael has a degree in electrical engineering and is also a Master of Business Administration. He started his career with Salomon Brothers, where he was a partner and looked after the equity trading. When Fibra Corporation bought Salomon Brothers, Michael Bloomberg was not given any compensation. However, he owned equity about $10 million in the firm. He set up innovative market systems with the money that he had. After his first customer, Merrill Lynch, installed 22 Market Master terminals and invested $30 million, Michael's company prospered, and by 1990 there was 8,000 terminals installed, which has been growing in leaps and bounds ever since. In between the period, the company was renamed Bloomberg LP. Bloomberg also has a career in politics and has been the mayor of New York City for 3 times continuously. He is also a devout supporter of Hillary Clinton and continues to praise her even though she has lost the presidential elections. In the period when he was mayor, he engaged in several social causes and always supported a cleaner and greener New York City. He supports immigration and has many times vouched for them, asking the government to grant them a status in the society. There are many other causes which he has supported in the area of health, education and crime and punishment. He was married to Susan Elizabeth Barbara Brown, but the couple is now divorced. They continue to be friends and have 2 daughters from their marriage. He is an influential entrepreneur and a great philanthropist. Michael Bloomberg, a billionaire with a great heart. 11th. Bernard Arnault and family. Bernard Arnault is also among the richest men in France and 10th in the world on the list of billionaires declared by Forbes. He is the CEO and chairman of world's leading luxury goods company LMVH, Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton SE. Bernard graduated from Maxence van der Merch High School, Roubaix. He later completed his engineering in 1971. His father was the owner of Ferrous Savinel, whom he joined the same year when he completed his engineering. He convinced his father, Jean-Louis Arnault, to dissolve the construction department of their company, for which they received 40 million francs. They would then move on to real estate. The new company specialized in holiday accommodation and had a new name, Fernel. He worked to rise in his company until he took over his father as the president of Fernel in 1979. Over the years, he acquired several leading brands such as Kenzo, Céline, Berluti, and a French newspaper called La Tribune, which he sold only to buy another newspaper, Les Echos. Other additions were Sephora, Fendi, Le Samaritain, Thomas Pink, and Emilio Pucci. He also invested in yachts, business, and bought Princess Yachts and Royal Van Lent. Bernard Arnault is known for his priceless collection of pieces of art from Yves Klein, Henry Moore, Picasso, and Andy Warhol. He is married twice, first to Anne de Wolverin and then to Hélène Mercier. He has a daughter and a son from his first marriage and 3 sons from his second marriage to Hélène. 12th. Larry Page. Born as Lawrence Edward Page to parents Carl Victor and Gloria Page on March 26, 1973, Larry Page is the co-founder of Google. Page is the CEO of Alphabet Incorporated, which is the parent company of Google. Net worth of Page is $40.7 billion. Larry's parents were both experts in computers, and this is why he also did his engineering in computers from Stanford University. It is in Stanford that he met Sergey Brin, along with whom he founded Google. There is no description required for Google. Google is a boon to the world. The whole planet seems to be benefiting from it. Larry's contribution is priceless. It happens to be one of the largest search engines today. The name Google was given after a mathematical word known as Google. It was only in the year 2015 that Page and Brin said that Alphabet would be created to monitor the workings of Google. Page has also had made other investments, including in Tesla Motors. He has married Lucinda Southworth, who is a research scientist and also the sister of famous American actress Carrie Southworth. Page and Lucinda have 2 children from their marriage. Larry Page also happens to be the owner of a supper yacht known as Senses. It is a luxury yacht that has been equipped with 10 luxury suites, gym, helipad, and several other things that makes it a perfect luxurious yacht. Page has received several accolades: Technical Excellence Award for Innovation in Web Application Development, Webby Award, Outstanding Search Service, Best Design, People's Voice Award for Technical Achievement, Princess of Asturias Awards, Best Image Search Engine, Best Search Feature Award, to name a few. Google continues to help people in their search, while Larry and his company continue to enhance Google and make it superior in all ways. 13th. Sergey Brin. Just after Larry Page is his partner and creator of Google, Sergey Brin. Net worth of Sergey Brin is $39.8 billion. He is also the president of Google's parent company Alphabet. Brin was born on August 21, 1973, to Yevgenia and Mikhail Brin in Moscow, Soviet Union. Sergey Brin and his family were forced to leave Soviet Union as Jews were not allowed to take senior positions. Even colleges denied them entry, especially in the physics department, as they were not allowed to work for nuclear rocket research. Sergey's father had to give up his dream of becoming an astronomer because of such restrictions by the Communist Party. Brin and Page share some interests, and he, like Page, is also interested in helping the world with the climate issues that it is facing. Brin is an investor in Tesla Motors too. Brin married Anne Wojcicki, whom he divorced later. They have 2 children, a son and a daughter. 14th. Liliane Bettencourt and family. The 14th billionaire in the list of Forbes, Liliane Bettencourt is the richest woman in the world. Liliane's net worth has been calculated as $39.5 billion. She holds 33% of the shares of L'Oréal. Liliane is the only daughter of Louis Madeleine Berth and Eugene Schuller. Eugene Schuller was the founder of the world's most popular beauty and cosmetic brand, L'Oréal. Liliane lost her mother when she was just 5. When she reached the age of 15, she was mixing and making new bottles of cosmetics and shampoos. Liliane married Andre Bettencourt and had a daughter, Francois. Bettencourt has handed over the responsibilities as a board director in 2012. Her position was taken by Jean-Victor, her grandson. Her daughter and son-in-law are also the members of the board of directors. The French businesswoman has also been in news for her affair with the famous celebrity photographer François-Marie Bagnier. She bestowed her lover with gifts worth millions. Liliane's daughter put a case on Bagnier saying he was duping her mother. There were many tapes made by Bettencourt's butler as he suspected Liliane to be suffering with Alzheimer's disease. After many lawsuits, Bettencourt and her daughter reconciled, and Bagnier, whom she had made the sole heir of her property, was also written off. Bettencourt was also involved in a political scandal because of the tapes that were released by her butler. It contained several conversations between Liliane and her financial advisor, Patrice de Meister. Overlooking all the situations, Liliane still continues to be the richest woman in the world. 15th. S. Robson Walton. Next on the list of billionaires is S. Robson Walton. Robson is the son of Helen and Sam Walton. He was born on October 28, 1944 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Robson is now the chairman of the biggest retail store, Walmart. His father founded the retail store and on dying left it to his wife and 4 kids. Robson was chairman of the company since 1992 till his place was taken by Greg Penner, his son-in-law. Robson's net worth is $34.1 billion. Robson Walton graduated in science from University of Arkansas. He first joined his father's firm as the senior vice president in 1978 and was promoted as vice chairman in 1982. He was made the chairman of Walmart after his father's death in 1992. He has been married thrice and has 3 children from Melanie Lohman. 16th. Jim Walton. Jim Walton is a sibling of the chairman of Walmart, Robson Walton. He was the 3rd kid of Helen and Sam Walton. Jim's net worth of $34 billion. From the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville, he did his bachelor's degree in business administration. Jim was in charge of real estate in Walmart. After 4 years, he joined Walton Enterprises as the president. He came back to Walmart to replace his deceased brother, John Walton, on the board of directors. He is also looking after the family bank of the Waltons, Harvest Bank. Jim is the chairman of Community Publishers Incorporated, which is a newspaper firm. Although the firm is owned by Jim, it was founded by Sam Walton, his father. Jim married Lynn McNabb and has 4 children. 17th. Alice Walton. Queuing up next in the list of billionaires is Alice Walton, the only daughter to Sam and Helen Walton and the heiress to Walton's family fortune. Alice is the 2nd richest woman in the world. She has completed her bachelor's degree in finance and economics from Trinity University in San Antonio. After working as an equity analyst and money manager at First Commerce Corporation, she became the vice chairperson and the head of investment activities in Harvest Bank. She also founded the Lama Company, which is a bank engaged in various activities. The bank was closed down later in 1990s. Alice loves horses and has a huge ranch in Texas. The lady is also in love with art and has wonderful pieces of art added to her collection. The acquired works of art is worth millions, and she says she would continue buying such pieces of art which she likes. She married a banker from Louisiana when she was 24. The marriage didn't last long, and they were divorced just after 2.5 years. Alice has been frequently in news for being involved in several automobile incidents. She has been known to drink and drive and has also caused several accidents on the roads because of this. 18th. Wang Jianlin. The founder of Dalian Wonder Group, Wang Jianlin, is the richest man in China. He is a real estate developer and also owns 20% of Atletico Madrid. Net worth of Wang Jianlin is $31.3 billion. Wang Jianlin was born in October 24th, 1954, in Sichuan, China. After working for a few years in high posts, he became the general manager of Dalian Wanda Group. Since 1983, he has been the CEO of the same company since then. Wanda Group is an immense company and comprises of cinemas, luxury hotels, karaoke centers, and karaoke centers. Jian Lin has made several smart investments. He also has a political background. He started working with the People Liberation Army when he was just 15. He has also served as the deputy to 17th National Congress. He has been married to Lin Ning and has a son. In one of his recent acquiring, he bought the 15A Kensington Palace Gardens in London for £80 million. He has also written a book which was released in 2016 by the name The Wonder Way, the managerial philosophy and values of one of China's largest companies. There are many questions that he has answered through the book on his business. 19th. Li Ka-shing. He is usually addressed as the Honourable Sir Ka-shing Li. His business has spread its roots over more than 50 countries across the globe. This is one man who has moved from rags to riches. The net worth of Li is $31.2 billion. He also happens to be the richest person in Hong Kong. Born to a teacher father on July 29, 1928, Li has struggled his way to success. He has worked as a salesman before he slowly carved his business empire. He had to quit school when his father died and started working at a watch strap making factory as an apprentice. After gaining knowledge and expertise, he started making his own plastic toys, flowers, and other daily items. Today, Li's business comprises of phones, banking, retail outlets, hotels, television, plastics, electricity, ports, cement satellite, steel production, and many others. His business seems to cover all the things required in a human's life, from grocery to internet and from electricity to smartphones. He was married to Chung Yue Ming, who died in 1990, leaving Li with two sons, Victor and Richard Li. Victor Li works with his father and is the co-managing director and deputy chairman of C.K. Hutchinson Holdings. The other son, Richard, heads the biggest telecom in Hong Kong, PCCW. His sons are both citizens of Canada. Li is known for his simplicity and is seen wearing humble attire and plain watches. He is an early bird, and despite his age he is completely fit and loves to play golf every day in the morning along with his partner Raymond Cho. He also likes to run the treadmill for some time in the noon. Li has been honoured with the Knight Commander of the Order of the British Empire, Commander Legion d'Honneur, and Grand Bauhinia Medal. Li happens to be quite a charitable person, and there are several good deeds that he has done. From education to relief funds, Li ensures that he donates for a good cause. 20th. Sheldon Adelson. Sheldon Adelson is a famous American businessman and struggles his way to success slowly and finally a billionaire today. Adelson's net worth is $30.4 billion. He was born on August 4th, 1933 in Massachusetts in United States. His business is spread in different areas. He owns an Israeli newspaper by the name Israel Hainom. The Las Vegas Review-Journal is also owned by him. Adelson is the CEO, chairman and founder of Las Vegas Sands Corporation. The same company is the owner of Marina Bay Sands in Singapore. The Sands Expo and Convention Center and the Venetian Resort Hotel Casino is run by Venetian Macau Limited, of which Marina Bay Sands is the parent company. Adelson is also one of the biggest contributors of the Republican Party and donated about $125 million for the presidential campaigns for Donald Trump. Adelson was born to Arthur and Sarah Adelson and belongs to a Lithuanian Jewish family. His mother ran a knitting shop while his father was a taxi driver. He borrowed $20 from his uncle when he was 12 to get licensed to sell newspaper in Boston. He later borrowed $10,000 to start a candy vending machine business. He also worked for the army. By after he was discharged from the army, he started selling toiletry kits. There was a series of more than 50 businesses that Adelson did in his entire life. He twice became a millionaire and lost the entire fortune. Not losing hope, he came up every time and is on the billionaire list today. He was married to Sandra Adelson, whom he divorced, and then got married to Miriam Otson. He has 5 children from both his marriages. Money decrees the course of human living in the present world. Without it, life is tough and challenging. It could get depressing without money. The people on the list have a clear understanding of what they want. They value what they have, and they are not going to let it go from their hands, always looking in for better ways and opportunities to gain more wealth. With money comes power, and one has the world at their feet and everything to their command. They have already secured their place in the history by showing the world their abilities. Along with the politicians, the entrepreneurs also have an important role in dominating the world economy. People are growing their abilities and seem to be getting better in what they do. The list of billionaires seems to be increasing.